Ugh, why do I keep doing this to myself? Seriously, there's over 200 comments in the first week. There's no way I'm going over all of these, and there's some I would like to talk about, but I don't know, I just felt so drained after trying to get all the comments bunched up in this one that I can't talk that much. Ugh. Well, before I get to the bunching, there are a few things I need to clarify and some things I need to talk about. And I apologize in advance if I may have left out somebody in the bunching because, well, it's really hard to look through 200 comments and find out through all those paragraphs trying to scan for the games that are on your list. And another apology if I mispronounce your name. But at least I'm willing to admit that because the first comment is from Crazy Dizzle Official, who is confused about Yoshi's Island and tried to insult me for it. First of all, I don't allow insulting other people's opinions, or in general on my channel or my videos. And second, I believe you're confused, because Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island is not on the Virtual Console. At least not in America. Yoshi's Story is on the Virtual Console. Yoshi's Island is the better of the two. So I hope you learned your lesson. Oh, and anybody who wants to try and go after him, please don't. I don't allow that type of behavior either. Brutal Hamster thought that I don't think it exists anymore. Okay, it still exists. I never said it didn't. But it's dying. It's pretty much flatlining right now. Remember, we used to get like 3 games on the Virtual Console every Monday. Now we barely get 1 a month. Do you understand what I'm saying here? We're not getting any more old retro games, at least not that much. And we're not getting any really good ones either. So I hope that clears it up for you. Ox161 wrote, the Virtual Console games are basically emulations and ROMs. Even if they are, I don't want them on a PC. I'd rather play them on a console. At least with a controller, where it feels natural to me. And I don't like to hack my systems either, so homebrew channel? Not for me. I'd rather download them the right way, even if I may never get them. And now for the bunching, and I'll start off with those who wanted Donkey Kong 64 and just about any rare game for the N64 for the Virtual Console. At least if I read that correctly. Now, I still believe that there's a chance that most of the rare games can make it on there. Even games like Banjo-Kazooie, it's still up to Nintendo. Yes, I know they're on the Xbox Live Arcade, but it's not the original version. They were enhanced versions, otherwise you're saying Sonic the Hedgehog 2 can't be on the Virtual Console, even though it already is. It was on the Xbox Live Arcade, and I'm sure it's on the PlayStation Network. You understand what I'm getting at, right? I understand that that may not happen, but I still believe that it can still happen. Until they confirm that it's not coming, I still have a small piece of hope that it will. GoldenEye I've kinda given up on. But that's only because nobody's getting it, because a lot of people have the license to it. That's just one big mess. And the next bunching goes to those who wanted Earthbound and the other Mother games to come out on the Virtual Console. Now, even when I made the previous video for this one, I heard about the problems that they had with the references, that there were just so many that they didn't really have the rights to put them all in there. But I actually thought that was for Mother 3. I didn't know what was going on with Earthbound. So I guess that clears a few things up, though I wish they would buy the rights or be able to obtain the rights to be able to have those references so that there wouldn't be a problem. Nintendo still makes a lot of money from the Wii and the DS. Maybe they're just afraid that it won't be as successful, just like last time. Which I think is horrible logic because there's a lot of fan support for it. From what I could tell, those were the ones that had the most comments for the games that I mentioned in the last video. Now, I was going to talk about Yoshi's Island and Starfox and the Bomberman games, but I really couldn't go through those comments again. It was just, ugh. Too much, can't do it. So, I'm going to move on to the other games that I decided to bunch up that a lot of people wanted to have, that I didn't even put in the last video. So here's the next one. This is the bunching up for those who wanted Mega Man X. I've seen a Mega Man X copy for about $16 and had some writing on it, which is why it's marked down from the normal $25, but I'd rather see it on the Virtual Console and pay $8 for it there. And I still haven't been able to find the Mega Man X Anniversary Collection, so... Wait. It wasn't an Anniversary Collection, it was just a collection, wasn't it? Well, you get what I mean. And here's a bunching for those who wanted the other Final Fantasy games to be released on the Virtual Console. So what would that be exactly? That would be the real Final Fantasy 2, 3, 5, and 6? I believe those are the only ones that still have to be put on the Virtual Console. I believe 1 and 4 are already there. 4 is just Final Fantasy 2, if I'm not mistaken. And the last bunching I decided to do was for Mario Party. 1, 2, 3, any of them. Don't really have anything to say here. The only one I still need is Mario Party 1, and I remember renting that and killing my hand with some of those rotating control minigames. Oh, those were fun, painful days, weren't they? And now with all the bunching out of the way, I decided to go over the 4 comments that actually caught my attention. Or at least, stood out a little. This one from, I think it's pronounced Crazy Kid, who wanted to play Wario Land on the Virtual Boy and wished that they would have the Virtual Boy on the Virtual Console. Though I'm sure most of us would stay away from that option if it ever came out, but hey, if that's what you want to play, then go for it. This next one comes from Mr. Pizza Monster, who wanted Battletoads the arcade. And the reason I bring that up is because I forgot to mention that I actually wanted Battletoads on the NES. I want to test out just how tough it is. Another one that came to my attention, because I forgot to mention it in some way, shape, or form, is from Slasher9485, who wanted Duck Hunt, and wants to know why we can't use the Wii Remote to aim and shoot. I'm pretty sure this one crossed our minds at some point as well, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Any information as to why it's not on the Virtual Console would be nice. And the last one I'm going to talk about is from Killer Capybaba, who wanted to know why they didn't remake some of the old games and have online features for them, like Mario Kart 64. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us had that same thought in mind when the Virtual Console was first announced. Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they have a separate channel? I mean, they recreated Dr. Mario to have online for WiiWare, why didn't they do the same thing with some of the old games? Well, probably because if they did do that with some of the games, some of the new games wouldn't sell. I know I wouldn't buy Mario Kart Wii if Mario Kart 64 had online, but that's just me. And a lot of other people I know.